What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, this is going to be part 3 of the BITUNIX trading tutorial part series, the final part, and this is going to have the most complex trading strategy. It's still beginner friendly, however it's more complex than the previous one. In this video, I'm going to aim to hopefully get you from $100 to $10,000. Now I know that sounds like a lot, but it definitely is possible in crypto. If it's possible in any kind of market with more speed, it's definitely possible in crypto, that's for sure. So today's video, as I said, $100 to $10,000. Let's go over the exact strategies which you can go ahead and use to do that. I'm going to explain it to you in the most simple, basic method. If you're a beginner, if you're intermediate, or even if you're advanced looking for another few tips on how to trade, then definitely stay tuned for today's video. Also, I want to show you that I do know what I'm talking about. Right here, we can pull up another exchange, Bybit. I'm currently in a trade around 900% in profit, around $86,000 in profit. This has been over $110,000 in profit in the past when the Bitcoin price was higher, and I've made many different trades on my channel over the past few years. So as I said, if you haven't already got yourself a BITUNIX account, maybe this is the first video you're watching of this 3-part series, go down below. There will be a link below today's video right here. You can see BITUNIX, no KYC, and right now there is a 20% deposit bonus. That may change, but whatever the best bonus or sign up offer is, you bet your bottom dollar it will be linked down below, and we can see down here in the top pinned comment as well, it is there as well. So go ahead and get yourself an account. If you haven't watched the first video, you can go ahead and watch it here as well. I will have it linked, and it's a basic tutorial how to trade on BITUNIX. So let's go ahead and go over to the exchange. Let's jump into the charts and let's see exactly what we're going to be doing. I've outlined some key areas right here on the charts about which examples we're going to be taking in today's video. So let's stay tuned for that, definitely. But first of all, let's talk about the strategy. Now, this strategy, it may seem like an extremely basic strategy. However, if executed correctly, it's going to be extremely profitable. And I'm actually going to give you 2 strategies in today's video. One strategy is where you just buy, hold, and wait and sell. And the second strategy is more of a trading strategy. So you're basically getting 2-for-1 offer in today's video. And really, I think that a lot of people will enjoy these strategies because they are super easy to go ahead and understand. Let's jump into the chart. And first of all, we need to go ahead and change this chart right here to Heikin Ashi candles. So come over here to the candlestick section, come down and click on Heikin Ashi. Now you may ask, why do I want to change the chart? Well, first of all, when you look at Heikin Ashi candles, it's a lot easier to in fact understand where the direction of the price is moving. If it's bullish, if it's bearish, you can quite clearly see continuous green candles, continuous red candles, and it makes a lot easier. And if we take a look at this chart right here, it also gives you some added benefits of trading on Heikin Ashi as well, in my opinion. Now, not everyone likes Heikin Ashi. However, for the purpose of this video, I will be using them. And we can see right here, it allows you to easily identify trends and when trends are starting to slow down, and if not, flip and change direction. So first of all, we can see on the red candlesticks here, there are no upper shadows on the top of the candlestick. So there's no wicks on the upper side. The wicks are only on the downside. Then we can start to see some little wicks right here, some little baby wicks on the upper side of the red candle. This is showing that this downtrend is slowly coming to an end. Then we can see it flips green and we show a push towards the upside. Again, we have the green candlesticks here. However, we do have shadow on the lower and the upper, which definitely means we could be seeing some sideways action. Right here, we then start a breakout, some good bullish signs. Now we've only got shadows on the upper side right here, wicks on the upper side, and no shadow below. We start to have a little bit of a shadow here, and finally it rounds out with a big shadow right there and a big wick right there. So let's go back to the BITUNIX chart and let's go ahead and pull up some indicators. So the first one which I want to use is a super basic indicator, and it's just going to be the moving average 200 and the moving average 50. You may say, Jack, I've not clicked on this video to look at a 250 moving average. It will get more complex. This is just the start, extremely beginner friendly. And the basic premise of this, guys, it's super easy, is when you in fact see a cross of the blue, the 50 moving average cross above the 200 moving average, you want to enter a long position, and vice versa. When you see the 200, the yellow, cross below the blue, you want to enter a short position. And this is really only for long-term swing trades. I'm talking about multiple month swing trades in this example. So first example right here, we can see a cross right here. They touch and cross right there. The blue crosses above the yellow, and we see there is a convergence right there. They come together and then they diverge right there. So this right here would be the entry point right there, and we would exit once again right here when they cross again. super simple. Anyone trading on BITUNIX can go ahead and do this. Maybe you can have two different trades open, one short-term trade which you like to open and close, trade different currencies, and one longer-term trade maybe on Bitcoin or Ethereum, which you use this exact method for. So in this case, we would in fact see a profit of about 60% in the space of 63 days, around 2 months. Again, this strategy is a long-term trade, a swing trade, or maybe even you want to buy an altcoin at a good price before it will in fact pump or increase in price. This is the way to go ahead and do that. The same exact thing happens in the reverse. We can see exactly right here. The blue line crosses below the yellow line, the 50 crosses below the 200. This would indicate a short position. And again, you would sell exactly here when the flip side happens. And we can see right there, this would be a short profit of around 17%. Again, very nice. If you're trading on BITUNIX as well, using the link down below, you can actually trade with futures as well. I have a full video tutorial on this on my channel in part 1 of this trading series, and we can see we can use leverage right here. So in this example, I'd have used 10x leverage, and that 16% would have been 160%. So imagine making 160% on your trade in the space of just a few weeks. You can start to see how people can grow their accounts very quickly. And this previous example right here, we can see we saw a 57% trade. That's over 570%. So if you're trading with $1,000, you'd have around nearly $6,000, which is absolutely incredible. So you can start to see in a bull market or even in a bear market, if you're shorting, how you can start to grow your account on BITUNIX very quickly. And all these features are available on BITUNIX to use, built in simply here within the chart. They are using TradingView. It makes it super simple to go ahead and trade with. So let's remove all this stuff from the chart right here, and let's take a look at the more in-depth tutorial right here. So if you do have any comments or questions about this, guys, of course, leave them down below. I'll be happy to answer your questions about this trading strategy. And of course, if you did want to go ahead and sign up to BITUNIX, there will be a link down below right here. BITUNIX, no KYC, up to 20% deposit bonus. And whatever the bonus is, as of watching this, you bet your bottom dollar, I'll put the best possible option right there down below. And it's a great place to be trading on. Let's go ahead now and start with adding the stock RSI. So go ahead and type Stochastic RSI. We can see this pulls up on the screen. Now it looks a little bit crazy now because I'm in the 4-hour chart and I'm zoomed very far out. However, if we start to zoom in, it starts to make a lot more sense and we can see these waves very clearly. Now, first of all, we can use this in two ways. The easiest way is going to be to remove the 50-day moving average and simply only have the 200 moving average. So these are the rules for this trading strategy. I'll put them on screen as well so you can pause, take a screenshot, or write them down as well. We want to short when the price is below the 200 moving average and it's right here and it is oversold right there. So we want to short when it's oversold right there and if it's below the 200 moving average. So in this case right here, we would have in fact seen that the price is right here. We have in fact crossed below the 200 moving average, which means we want to short because overall the direction of the market will most likely, at least temporarily, be going towards the downside because we're below the 200 moving average. And again, we can see it is in fact oversold right there, which is below the this level right here. I believe it's around 20. We can then go ahead and wait and to exit the trade when we have in fact seen a further retouch of this, or we can simply go ahead and wait until we see a confirmation that we are in fact overbought once again, which would be exactly in this range right here. So we can see in this example, we would have entered here and we would have exited the trade around about there. So it would have been about a 6% profit in the space of just a few days. So in this example right here, we can see we are above the 200 moving average. So that means we want to short. The stock RSI right there is also oversold right there, which means it will be probably flipping and we will be seeing some selling pressure coming in. So we would enter the trade exactly right here. We would then go ahead and look to exit either when the stock RSI is flipped completely oversold right here, or we go ahead and retouch this level right there. So in this example, we're going to enter the trade and exit the trade exactly in this area right here because that's when we have in fact flipped. So in this case right here, we would have entered the trade and made around 9% profit in the space of just a couple of days. Again, if we're applying the leverage on BITUNIX right here of 10x, that would be around a 90% profit in the space of just a couple of days. If you're trading with $1,000, or let's say you're trading with $10, $10,000, that will be around a $9,000 profit in the space of just a few days. You can start to see how this can become very, very powerful. Also, you don't have to exactly follow this rule if you don't want to. If we are in fact very, very close to the 200 moving average and you feel like it could in fact get rejected exactly like we did right here, for example, we broke up, we got rejected, and we keep getting suppressed right here, most likely the next time we test this level, we are going to get rejected again. And if we coincide that with the stock RSI right here, if I can draw a line, being in fact oversold, it's a recipe for a push towards the downside. And in this exact example right here, that does in fact happen. We can see right here, we're very close to the 200 moving average. We are in fact very, very overbought right here. This means we will be seeing a push towards the downside. And in this case right here, we saw a massive push down around 20% in the space of 7 days. So that's how you can start to see things start to come together and we start to get a good, easy trend direction from the Heikin Ashi candles and also from the 200 moving average and the stochastic RSI as well. If you didn't understand this, I do have a full tutorial on BITUNIX right here over on my channel, and if you did want to go ahead and check that out, the link will be down below, a simple BITUNIX trading tutorial. So we can go ahead and take another coin. We can literally find any coin right here. I'll just go ahead and take a look at a random coin like Polkadot, for example, and we can use this exact trading method once again. For example, in this case, we are in fact, I literally just pulled up this chart for the first time now. We can see right here, we are above the 200 moving average. So it means we want to short. We have the stock RSI right there is in fact over bought right there. It means we are expecting a push towards the downside. When do we want to sell? We want to sell exactly here when we go oversold. And we can see right there, the profit would be in fact around about 12% in the space of 2 days. It's really, really easy to find these examples. Let's go ahead and find another one. If we take a look at Litecoin, for example, again, I've not charted this. This is simply me looking at it from exactly fresh eyes. I can see right here, we got rejected in the past right there. We saw a lower high right there. We saw a higher high, but a rejection on the 200-day moving average or the 200 moving average since we're not on the daily chart. Again, I can see a combination with right here, the stochastic is overbought. I would then enter a short position right there and I would look to exit when we in fact flip right there. And again, 11% in just a day. I'll give one more example just to prove my point. And let's go ahead and literally find something crazy that we've not charted before. TON, for example, a really good coin. I like TON. I do hold some. And let's find an example right here on the chart. So this is a great example right here. Look at this right here. We are literally hugging the 200 moving average. This is waiting for a rejection right there. So we are above the 200 moving average. It means we can short. And again, we can see right here, the stochastic RSI right there as well is in fact overbought. It means we want to short. And when do we want to short? Until we see it quite oversold. So in this case, we would in fact short to about here, around 7% in 5 days. Another great example right here on BITUNIX. So guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you have in fact enjoyed it. Of course, all the links are down below. If you want to go ahead and join BITUNIX, start trading using these extremely simple methods today to hopefully make some profit this bull market. And of course, the link down below will get you a 20% deposit bonus as well. So if you deposit $1,000, you're going to get a $200 bonus, which is amazing, and vice versa. One of the best exchanges to use, BITUNIX. No KYC as of now for the next 6 to 12 months probably. So make the most of it now, trading during these times. And I hope you have enjoyed the video, guys. Definitely drop a like and comment any questions or anything down below on this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.